What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Risk, and we are officially dropping my first NBA 2K21 video, and I cannot be more ecstatic. And as you can see by the title, and as you can see by the screen, I'm an all-star 2. I'm a 92 overall. I've played the game a ton, and I think I've came to realization that this build right here is the best build to run the center position, whether it's the 2's court, the 3's court. This build can do everything, and you will see all of that in today's video. In today's video, I will be not only showing you how to create this build, but I'll be showing you guys everything this build could do by showing you guys a series of clips, kind of composed into like a little montage or something, or a mixtape, where you're gonna see everything this build could do and decide if you want to give this build a shot. Now, with that being said, if you do not want to watch those little mixtapes or all that, and you just want to see how to create the build, you can just go down to the description, and all the timestamps will be down below. But besides that, if you have not yet, make sure you hit that like button. We're gonna go for 100 likes, right? 100 likes on this video. And then if you have not yet, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button, and then you hit that notification bell and set it to all notifications, as we're on that grind at 10k subs before the year 2021. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into this video, and let's show you guys what this build can really do.
She know I keep the bag on me. How I got a couple racks on me. I'ma hit it, then I dip. No, I do not trust a bitch, cause they all be the same to me. All these thoughts always running through my head. I'ma get the bag, double back for the bread. I'd rather smoke a blunt, kicking back in my bed. And yeah, she in my line, cause she know I'm getting bread. Take a shit, hit the club on a lunatic. These bitches be lying, can't cover bitch. I feel like a king, I don't run shit. 100 racks and it's for the whip. Shorty need me, I don't need a bitch. Get the bag, then I'm gonna dip. I get the bag, then I'm gonna dip. Take a shit, hit the club on a lunatic. These bitches be lying, can't cover bitch. I feel like a king, I don't run shit. 100 racks and it's for the whip. Shorty need me, I don't need a bitch. Get the bag, then I'm gonna dip. I get the bag, then I'm gonna dip. I'm rolling the phone shit, rolling up loud with my guys. They calling my phone, I don't trust them. I get the racks, then run it back to the trap. Spend it all, make it right back. I'm dressed up in Louis, Gucci and Fendi and Prada. She wanna call me a father, don't even bother. Rolling up loud with the Gazas, I cannot trust in nobody. Neiman Marcus, I be popping tags. Montclair with the Gucci rags. My kicks is different wearing Nike Max. Mama crying, put me in my bag, so I had to get it. Straight cash, ain't no debit. She won't call me, I'm a daddy. I'm smoking on Medi, rolling gas, shout out Fetty. In the club, be sipping Remy. Take a shit, hit the club on a lunatic. These bitches be lying, can't cover bitch. I feel like a king, I don't run shit. 100 racks and it's for the whip. Shorty need me, I don't need a bitch. Get the bag, then I'm gonna dip. I get the bag, then I'm gonna dip. Take a shit.
So as you guys just saw, this build can really do everything, guys. You saw me dribbling up the court, dunking the ball, shooting the ball, playing defense. It could do everything. So I hope that encouraged you to make the build. And now we're here to make the build. But the one question or concern I'm sure you guys had is the reason or why is this build a shooting guard, alright? And let me explain. The reason this build is a shooting guard is purely to get better badges, better attributes, and better animations. All that is very important, and when you make this build a center, you might not be able to get all those animations I'm talking about, especially jump shots. I heard when you do make a center build, you are actually limited to a few jump shot bases. You're gonna be limited in terms of your dunk animations, etc. So that is why I made this build a shooting guard, just to be more versatile. But as you saw, I was still running the center in all those games. I was still getting boards, getting those blocks, getting those dunks. So this build is perfectly fine to run the center position. Now, in terms of our skill breakdown here, obviously we're gonna pick the pie chart that is half defense, half shooting, because we are gonna be a shooting center. Now, why are we gonna be a shooting center? As a lot of people are gonna say, oh, these inside, interior forces are really overpowered. These paint pieces are really overpowered. Well, I've been playing 2K for 3 to 4 years, and it always goes the same way. In the first kind of weeks or months of the game, inside builds will be dominant because people are still trying to get their badges, still trying to learn the game, and struggling to shoot. But in the long run, outside centers are always going to be dominant, guys. I promise you. Maybe it's gonna turn, or maybe it's gonna happen once next gen comes out, and a lot of you guys might not be playing, but at some point these outside centers are probably gonna get a buff in terms of shooting. Or even if they don't get a buff, once you max out these badges and have the ability to shoot, you will be perfectly fine, and it will be one of the most dominant center builds. So that's why I chose that pie chart. Now moving on to the physical profile, Obviously when I made this build before the game came out, I wasn't, sure how important strength was going to be in vertical and all that. So I did pick that third pie chart, and just for the sake of keeping the build the exact same, I am going to pick it again. But knowing now the strength is really not, it's not really that important, you could honestly pick that first pie chart and get an extra 3 to 4 speed. But now moving on to our attributes here, we're going to max out all of our finishing and then put that post look to 34 to get 6 finishing badges, which is the perfect amount of finishing badges you need to actually, be somewhat dominant in the paint. Now with the shooting badges, we go and get 18 shooting badges because you really don't need more than 18, guys. There's not a lot of, really important shooting badges that are going to make a big difference, especially considering quick draw is no longer a thing. 18 shooting badges will be perfectly fine. And on the defensive end, as you see here, 21 defensive badges, more than enough for a center at least, as that will get you all those interior defensive badges and whatnot. But taking a look at the attributes, obviously these attributes are going to shift a lot because obviously the position is a shooting guard, so it has us at 6'5", and we got to increase our height a lot, increase our wingspan. So a lot of these stats are going to go down, go up. So do not really, focus too much on the attributes. We're now focused on that badge count. But in terms of body shape, since we are a center, if you guys want to make yourself just look bigger, feel more dominant, you could go burly. But I personally like build, but it doesn't really matter. But for the height, like I said, we're going to go 6'9". Why 6'9"? Just look at everything that's going up, guys. Everything in the defensive end in terms of interior defense is going up. That interior defense, the rebounding, the block, all that's going up, which we need. And being able to maintain a 70 perimeter, lateral, and steal is actually really crazy because that means we are capable of switching onto guards with this build. Obviously, the three-pointer takes a hit, but that is more than enough of a three-point rating that we need. And obviously, those finishing stats are going to go up as well, especially that standing dunk, which is very important. Now, with the weight, I go 203 weight. As every build in this game, you're going to find a perfect weight where it just gives, a +1 to every attribute. As you see here, we're getting a +1 to perimeter, lateral quickness, driving layup. We get the +1 to the speed, the acceleration, and the strength. So 203 weight is just the perfect weight for this build. And I wouldn't be too concerned with that interior defense stat of a 70, as I was pretty concerned when I made this build. But knowing now how the paint defense is in NBA 2K21, that is more than enough of a rating you need for that interior defense, as the interior defense in this game is phenomenal and I like it a lot. But in terms of our wingspan, we're going to max it out. Why? Obviously, we are a center. We want to get those boards. We want to get those blocks, as you saw in those clips. And also, just look at the stats it's going to raise. Our defensive stats are now turning elite in terms of rebounding and blocks and all that. Our dunking stats, standing dunk, driving dunk, all going up. So there's really no reason to not go max wingspan. Yeah, we're going to take another hit in the 3, but when we do hit that 99 overall, we will get a 71 3-point shot, which is above a 70, which Mike Wang claims is what you need to shoot consistently in. So we should be fine once this build is maxed out. And in terms of the takeover, I take lock takeover because you can get it pretty quickly compared to the other ones. And obviously, I'm mainly an inside center who needs help in the paint against these taller centers. So lock takeover would be really beneficial, but you can take whatever takeover fits your play style. As you see, we have built a rebounding guard. Another, thing I like about this build is the fact that it's a rebounding guard. So a lot of these people, when they see that build name, they're not really sure what this build could do. They might not think you could shoot. So I really like that name a lot. Just a little bonus to this build. But moving on to the badges now. With these badges, as you can see here, we're going to go with slithery finisher, consistent finisher, and contact finisher, all on silver. Why? Because these are the 3 most important finishing badges in my opinion. You guys should know what they do already because these are the same as last year, more or less. And this is going to make us, be able to make layups, be able to trigger dunk animations. Not necessarily contact dunks, but just those dunk animations you saw in those clips, actually make us a threat inside the paint. Now, with these shooting badges, it's really tricky because I haven't maxed out my shooting yet. I barely have any shooting badges, and I really don't know what shooting badges are going to be necessary. Now, obviously, we know catch and shoot and range extender are going to be necessary shooting badges, but in terms of everything else, yes, hot zone hunter would be very important, but considering a lot of us probably have cold spots all over the court, I'm not sure how effective that will be right away. And then green machine is one I have difficulties, trying to figure out what to do with that, because if we could not green, then how are we gonna get green machine activated, which means maybe green machine should not be on, and we can maybe exchange that for a flexible release, which I heard is really good this year. So I'm still kind of playing around with the shooting badges, but just make sure you have the main ones: range extender, catch and shoot, and hot zone hunter, and you can kind of play around with the rest and you should be perfectly fine. Now with this one playmaking badge, the reason I go downhill is because break starter, there's no need for it, as you could throw passes full court like your Tom Brady with ease this year. And obviously ankle breaker, all that, unpluggables, all that, it's not going to make a difference on this center build, but downhill will actually make us faster, especially when we do it to 99 overall and we reach that 80 speed, with the 80 speed and the downhill, we're going to be able to go just down the court like you saw in those clips, getting those dunks and just outrunning the opposing center. Now, with the defensive badges, we go Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, Hall of Fame Rim Protector, Hall of Fame Intimidator, and Hall of Fame Chasing Artist within a gold brick wall. Why gold brick wall? Well, because there is currently a bug, I guess you could say, in the game, which with Hall of Fame brick wall, your player really is not setting the correct screens. He's sliding all over the court, which is why I took that off for now. But obviously, once they fix that issue, we will put that brick wall back to Hall of Fame. But in the meantime, we're going to throw on bronze box and bronze clamps. Obviously, box, to assist us boxing out these bigger centers since we are undersized at 6'9". And then clamps, just in case we do switch on to a guard, having that clamps at least as a badge would be very beneficial. But as you guys see, you guys saw what this build could do. You saw how to make this build. So hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you have not yet, make sure you drop a like, hit that sub button, hit the notification bell, set it to all notifications. It's your boy Risk, and I'm out.
Lucas.
It's funny how now she be calling me back. She see that I got it, I'm stuck in the trap. 40 autos, and we put it right back. 40 autos, and he left in the back. I can't be trusting cause people just act. I get the money, I run it right back. The plug on my phone, I get to these racks. The plug on my phone, I'm gonna get back. I can't be trusting cause people be switching and stuff.